Good morning, my students. Uh, I want to, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Felix Salako, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor Adeofun, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Akedolu Ali, the University Registrar, the University Liberia, University Bosa. I want to congratulate you on this epic uh, celebration and your what they call it, orientation as a new student in FUNAAB. I want to wish that your stay here will be pleasant and you finish with us smoothly in Jesus' name. We want to look at the ethics of lecture and examination in the new normal. And before I go on, my name is Dr. Oz Ojekunle. I'm from the Department of Environmental Management and Toxicology, College of Environmental Resource Management. By the grace of God, I'm the present chairman of TeamTech this year. And as going forward, we want to look at ethics of lecture and examination. You would have heard me say TeamTech. What is TeamTech? TeamTech is a committee of the Vice Chancellor, and it's signified timetable and examination committee. So from the name, you can also decode what the responsibility of TeamTech would have been. And so the composition of TeamTech, we have a chairman, a vice chairman, we have four coordinators. These are coordinators that are in charge of our exams, two for written exams, two for CBT exam, which we call e-exam. And then we have at least one representative from each college, and including IFSARA, library, academic planning, physical planning, as well as registry. Where can we find us? Like I said, you can find us at each college, and then you can meet us, and where we can counsel you appropriately. What are the responsibility of TeamTech? Responsibility include preparation of lecture and examination timetable. We make sure so that lecture and examination are carried out in line with the best practices you can find anywhere all over the world. And that is to say that we space our exam. We make sure that the offices, the classrooms and the students use are conducive. We also make sure that the place is lighted and is well ventilated so that students can write the exam at the best possible condition. Then we also make sure that students and lecturers carry their activities in a conducive environment so that there's no clash of interests or the clash of classes when the classes and exams that are ongoing. And so these are some of the responsibility of TeamTech. In lecture timetable, normally we prepare our lecture timetable 2 weeks before you resume, and we send the draft out for HOD to make comments, make their input where necessary. And once the inputs are made, we will make the final timetable, which we submit for visit for approval, and that becomes the timetable, lecture timetable for the semester. And subsequently, the same thing we do for examination. In examination, we prepare our timetable 4 weeks before the exam, send it, and so that students can react to the timetable and the exam timetable, make their input, and we make correction, and we will send the final, and which we use for takeoff our examination. And ever since, we've been having smooth sailing examination. But just to note that in FUNAAB, we have two types of examination modes. We have the CBT, which we call the e-exam, and we also have the written exam, which we use our answer booklet and other writing material. Mostly underlevel students and part of tutorial level students are subject to a CBT exam because of their number. And then we also make sure that the CBT exam run concurrently, and they run in an atmosphere that is very conducive for students to partake. And in the CBT exams, we have 2 computer centers, and that we use the 250 and the 500 computer center that are designated for use, then for students. And before you go to the exam, you choose the computer center. You are supposed to be in a holding center. What's holding center? What are you supposed to do in holding center? Holding center normally is a place where students and particulars are checked for correctness. You want to check if you have the re-examination pass, if you are supposed to, if you've entered for that exam, because some students will come and they've not even been entered for the exam, they want to write. So we want to check if you already entered for that exam, and to also check for impersonation. We'll check your ID card and other things. And the CBD is after this, the holding center. Once you've checked everything for correctness, then we'll send you in to this examination or where you do your exam. Between 30 minutes and 45 minutes, depending on the nature of the exam you are doing. But our exam runs between 30 to 45 minutes. We allow 40 to 45 minutes for science-related courses that have calculations in them. And so these are that for the CBT exam. Then the written exam, of course, you spray around our halls, well spaced, well ventilated, but you are supposed to also get there 30 minutes before your exam, just like the CBT also. And then where you will be checked in, and they will ensure that you are seated before the script comes in. You are seated before the answer booklet is even brought in, and the lecturers, of course, will be there to search so that they remove any extraneous material with you. But the essence is that we want to make sure our exam starts on time. And so if your exam starts by 9 o'clock, you should be there by 8:30, because we have two variations of exams every day, 9 and the one for 2 o'clock. So if you're doing the morning one, 9 o'clock, it's run between 9 and 12, and the second one starts between 2 and then 5 o'clock. So we expect to be in the 13 before the exam, so that we can check and do unnecessary check before the exam starts. And so you coming to the exam also, just like the e-exam, you are supposed to come with your writing materials, your valid ID card, and your examination pass, except if there's other material that you need, and the lecturer, of course, would have informed him before then, and then you can now come with that material. But other than that, you're not supposed to come with any material to the written examination. What are the ethics in examination? Like we said, the first thing is that whether it is for written and a CBD, you're expected to be in the exam or 30 minutes before the commencement of each exam. That's number one. And the essence is that so that you can comport yourself, number one. Number two, so that you can go through unnecessary check and balances, and then you can also start your exam with people. Though we may have some deviant people that will come late. But one of the yardstick or things that we don't tolerate is lateness. But in the case of any lateness, if you enter the exam hall 30 minutes after the commencement of any exam, you won't be allowed to come to the exam hall. Once you get to the exam 30 minutes after the commencement of the exam, then you fail that exam completely. You do it next year as carryover. And so you must be there on time to start your exam with others. Then you must also understand that you must come with all your valid examination, your particulars. If not, we will send you back and you're going to bring them. You must bring your exam pass, your ID card, you must bring, and then you must dress neatly to the exam, or no wearing of the two slippers to the exam, or you're not supposed to talk to anybody during the course of your examination. It's a part of the ethics of examination. If the examination is a CBD, please be ensured that and then you also, when you need anything within the examination period, you have to signify by raising up to the invigilators. You must subject yourself to check. If an invigilator asks you to get up during the examination, then you have no other thing to argue. Just stand up, let him check, and then you sit down quietly. He may suspect, and once you are suspected, it's not that you are guilty. He may suspect that you have something and he wants you to check. So you just allow for that check to go on. It won't waste more than 30 seconds or at most 1 minute, and then you continue your exams. So don't raise any eyebrow. Don't begin to become insubordinate. Begin to be rude to any lecturer, and that could cost you your exam. So please, and these are some of the simple guidelines that you must follow. We have many of them, but once you follow these 4 or 5, I think you are good to go in your examination. Then, what about if I miss exam during examination for health reasons? For health reasons, and I put the word health reason. Though sometimes we may have some reason that are exigency, Well, you can bring it, but what we are saying that once you miss exam for health reason, you still have a case for the exam. For instance, if you miss exam, if it's a CBT exam, please you ensure that when you go to the health center, collect a sick pass, which the doctor will give to you. Bring it to the team tech office will know what to do. Then we'll put you on a callback another day, and then you do the exam. If the exam is still running at the time you come back, of course, we are likely to do the exam even when you are late. But if the exam had finished that day, then we'll put you for callback for another day. And so you've expected us to call you back. We'll take your matric number, we'll take your phone number, and we'll call you back. But if that exam, but if you are sick and you're unable to recover until after the exam, then you do the exam at the next available time without penalty, since we have your sick report. But if it is for a written paper we don't have any callback. And so if it's a written paper you miss for X reason, then you go to the center, collect your report at normal, take it to the HOD for his signature, and so his report, he will send it to the dean, then the dean to the Senate, and Senate will look at it and consider it on merit. And if your report is as merit, of course, we will give you to write the exam at the next available time without penalty, which means you won't be penalized for failing the exam. You remove the fail and then you write it as if you are writing it afresh. So once you are sick, please don't press the panic button. Allow the normal process to take its time, and then you do your exam as expected. All right. Now, since we don't tolerate in FUNAAB, and which we will hold very, very, very high, we believe in exam integrity and the quality of our exams, and so we don't tolerate examination misconduct in whatever form. And examination misconduct include bringing extraneous material into examination, or talking and copying other people during your examination is not permitted. Bringing phones and electronic gadgets that may aid you in the examination hall, we don't even tolerate that. Not submitting your exam scripts after your examination, we do that, of course, you know the implications. Sometimes you may even take it to expulsion. Then impersonation during the exam, this is even a criminal offense. After you are caught as impersonating, we hand over to the police for impersonation. Then stealing during the examination, stealing people's bags, stealing people's phones and things like that. Once you are caught doing that, then you are out of the system. Then being rude, like insubordination to academic staff or security operators during the examination period, is also prohibited in FUNAAB. And this can lead you to SDC. So what's SDC? SDC, of course, is Student Planning Committee. Once you are found guilty in any of those cases, you are taken to SDC. And the SDC, that is where, of course, each case will be decided based on its merit. And if you are found wanting, then of course you are going to face punishment, and the punishment ranges from rustication for 1 to 2 semesters, sometimes 3 semesters, 4 semesters, to expulsion from the school. But I want to pray that your case will not get to SDC in Jesus' name. And I pray that none of us will find ourselves in this mess, and we will finish our study gloriously. And I want to say thank you for this opportunity given to us, and I want to wish you the best in your study. And I want to wish you that even as you continue, the good Lord will continue with you even to the end. God bless you, and stay out of trouble. Thank you.